Hi, cats and kittens. And welcome to my channel. How you doing? This is Reality with the Diva D. And I'm gonna do a quick weekend roundup for my piping hot tea segment today. Because for the simple fact that the Super Bowl came on last night, and I was just going to just do a little hosh posh of things and put it all together, seeing as how I had other videos that I was doing during the week. I didn't miss anything, so you guys won't miss anything either. I'm gonna start with Mariah. We're gonna talk about Mariah. We're gonna talk about, let's do the imps. Let's do Mariah, Motel, and Monique. How about that? Sounds good to you? Sounds good to me. And then I'm going to do a wrap up of the Super Bowl, what I thought of it, what I thought of the outfits, and what I thought of Mr. Kelsey being able to yell in his coach's face. Ain't that something? Baby, I tell you, I cannot make this stuff up. All right, so let's get right on into it, shall we? And everything I say in this video, especially in my piping hot tea, is alleged and in my opinion. Alleged and in my opinion, what I think of what's going on. So let's start with Mariah. Now, the juicy part of the interview, the second part of the interview with Mariah and Carlos King, is that she revealed who she thinks is the villain of the show. And of course, that was Jackie in her opinion. And let's talk about it, okay? I don't disagree with that. Who's going to disagree with that? I mean, we saw the way Jackie has been trying to sun Sweet Tea. And being that she has been trying to sun Sweet Tea, I mean, she had to let her know on last episode. Then Mariah also revealed that she believes that they are trying to ice out Sweet Tea. Now I'm not sure where they're getting this ice out thing from. I think maybe Mariah was the first person to actually be successfully iced out of a show. Then of course my girl Monica. She's been iced out of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Shout out to her because she did bring it this season, and she did bring ice to the show, so we can't deny that. Then we had the successful ice out of Quad on Married to Medicine. And I don't believe that they will be successful in icing out Sweet Tea due to the simple fact that I really think that Heavenly is going to put on her big girl drawers as she normally does when it comes to saving the show and do what is necessary to keep Sweet Tea on the show. Sweet Tea has brought things to the show. At first, I really didn't like her because I was like, "Ooh, she getting on my nerves." She turned me off. Get a little access to the money. Did it look good? Did it look good? And cause she was coming out kind of stereotypical country, if you will. But then when she saw them trying to sun her and then constantly doing it, I think that she realized that in order to get her footing on this show, she was going to have to step it up. At the end of that episode, she ended up apologizing to Dr. Jackson for what? You see how she ended up treating her after she made the apology. You're a doctor and you don't accept someone's apology. You're supposed to be this big time Christian and you don't accept someone's apology. Child, bye. See, that's why I don't take stock into these religions, honey, because you don't live or practice what you preach. Moving right along. So, also in that interview, Mariah decided that she was going to let the cat out the bag, that she really did have the receipts on Damon. Baby girl, she had the receipts. She said it wasn't her place to bring it to the show, what Damon was doing. And then over there on Carlos King, when he spoke to Heavenly about the show recap, she was digging in his behind because she was like, okay, you go over there, you talk to her, then you come over here, you talk to me. You almost like the ops. So what's good, friend? And you know how I love everybody. And she was like, well, if she had the receipts, then how come she didn't bring them out? You think she hadn't brought them out when it brought them out all this time? It has been about 6 years. Hasn't it been about 6 years? I guess it has. But like I said in my previous recap, when Mariah first decided that she was going to say that Heavenly doesn't bring anything, well, she doesn't bring her real life to the show. I said that, and I said that I've always believed that he was a cheater. And I can't help it. It's a stereotype. My bad. But he is indeed a cute dog, honey. Child, bye. Like I said, and I stick by what I said, I hadn't met one faithful cute dog in my whole entire life. My ex-boyfriend is one, honey. Baby. Yeah. And he was cheating on me long before he became a cute dog. So what do you think he was doing after? Child. Woo. Woo. Stories I could tell about that dude. College. Well, then I realized as I got older that I had no rights to expect a young feral man to be faithful to me on a black college campus, child. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. You so, hey, what can I say? Oh, that's a part of maturity, honey. Also, Mariah said she has some great things on the horizon. She would love to do another ensemble show. However, things will have to be, ironed out better and more so in her favor. And I don't blame her for that, because how you gonna create a whole show and the bid is on the show decide to ice you out of your own show that you created, your concept, your idea. But I still get a little cute coin, honey. So it's nothing wrong with her getting a little cute coin, honey. And I'm not mad at her. I mean, Mariah, go on, do something else. I mean, I can see both of you in quiet on the Real Housewives. And I said, I don't know why. Well, I understand why you did what you did. You wanted your own stuff. And then they still took it from you. It was the Mariah. I remember you saying what you said during the panorama about how you wanted to be a part of the cast. What you didn't say or didn't clarify in your interview with Carlos King, or maybe I missed it, is that I remember you saying clearly you gave up a lot of your EP rights when you decided that you wanted to be cast. And a lot of times when you were cast, to me, like I said, this is my opinion. Like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And share the video. This is my opinion. I thought that you would hoard over their heads that you would EP. It was sort of like to me that it's either, and VH1 let Shani get away with it. And Shani has gotten away with it too long. She's a horrible cast member. Even though, see, this is the comparison between you and Shani. You bring things to the show. Shani brings nothing. You could read a bit. Shani cannot. Shani probably is the worst cast member that ever stepped foot on Basketball Wives, besides that girl that was scared of Tammy, Lakeisha. Horrible. Well, then I forgot about Nia and Newark. But I didn't dislike them like that. I thought they were kiss asses. So, I'm just going to say the worst. She cast herself on her own show, brought absolutely nothing, couldn't read, didn't get in the drama, but when she did get in the drama, she was behind the scenes, putting a little lapdog up to do stuff, which is Evelyn Lozada. And she do anything to stay on the show, I see, and do anything to have an open door to come back. If you want to keep somebody off of a show, that will be the person you need to keep off of the show. Okay? In my opinion. Like I said, so, and, you know, Mariah seemed like she would kind of like sun them a little bit. Want to put them in their place, let them know who created the show. That's where she went wrong. That's where Nene went wrong over there on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I can understand getting a big head because you created something. It's your baby. But Nene didn't create Atlanta. Okay? But we gave her the big head as the fans. And I did it, especially since she was the underdog starting out, because I could not stand Sheree Still King. She don't pay. Bye, Felicia. I don't even know why they even brought her back to the show. She brought nothing as well. But to wrap up Carlos's interview with Mariah, I wish the best for Mariah. And I do want to see her back on TV. Maybe this time she come back, she'll, be more humble with it. Now, of course, we want to see her do her reads. We want to see her do what she does as Mariah. But at the same time, be humble with your castmates. Don't be all, letting them know that you are better than everybody and you are above everybody else. You and Jackie did have that in common. Except for the simple fact that Jackie is boring. That's the only difference. I said what the fuck I said. Then you also said that Simone stabbed you in the back. Not literally, algorithm. I forgot not to say that. But hey, I'm keeping it in here. Okay, we'll see what happens when that a big M word comes my way. I'm gonna keep it in here. And then you said that you were trying to get all of the girls the same pay, and then Toya turned around and decided that she was gonna tell the producers what you were doing. Toya. Then she did a good thing by, finding the people to test your hair strings for the baking soda. But I say all that to say, girl, move on. It's your show. You still get your EP quant. I don't know if I was knowing what I know about Toya. I believe you. I believe you. She is my absolute least favorite cast member. However, Eugene does make her likable because I like him. It's sort of like they're a package deal. But, as far as her popularity with me, because, she don't bring the read. She's just really loud and kind of obnoxious, if you will. And that whole pretentious attitude, it drives me batty. I like Mariah as long as she knows to, just bring it down 1,000, girl. You good. You're entertaining. You have that in your corner. Now, moving right along. Monique. Now, let me just say, the Parkers was just something for me to watch on CW. I think that's what it was. I don't think they made it to the CW. Back then, it was UPN and Warner Brothers. So I'm thinking that she stayed on UPN. When the shows combined, the only show that I thought that made it to the CW was, and that was very short-lived, was Everybody Hates Chris. So I'm just going to go on memory on this and say that she remained on CPN on the Parkers. I didn't like her character on the Parkers. I didn't like that they made her so desperate. Mr. Ogilvy! I hated it. But I used to watch because I liked Countess Vaughn. And those two together, the show worked because of that. But her desperation in the show, the old overweight single mother chasing the supposedly out of her league professor, and it was hard for me to watch. I mean, I didn't like to see it, and I don't like to see Monique with her old dude. Okay, now she talked to Club Shay Shay just like everybody has been reporting. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on Mariah Monique, because Monique irritates the out of me. She's made a lot of claims that can be debunked. I believe what happened to her. I believe what happened to her about the Lee Daniels thing. Okay? Now, when they were making negotiations and Cindy wanted to be a part of the negotiation, they was letting you know that they don't feel like he had your best interest at heart, without really telling you that he didn't have your best interest at heart. Y'all are still together. I think that he has a controlling energy over you. It shows over Monique. It shows in the interviews. It shows a lot of the times when she does interviews by herself. You know he's somewhere waiting in the wings. This interview was 2 hours and 55 minutes long. I thoroughly enjoyed the interview with Cat Williams. This one, not so much. And it doesn't have anything to do with the male to female thing. Monique gets on my nerves. I think DL was wrong. I think she was wrong. And the whole issue with her and DL, both of them are equally wrong in my opinion. Because she can't get on TV and say whatever it is the hell she wants to say about him, and him not say anything. I've always had an issue with DL, though, because he will fat shame folks. He knows damn well Monique looks good. She has been bigger than she is in the past, and I think she's made quite a bit of progress. But then you go out here on this TV and hit the whole, you gain more weight after you say you work out. A lot of people are still obese who work out. Sometimes it's hormones. I hope you know that, as you wouldn't know that. You didn't finish school now, did you? No. So you, okay, so you probably don't know. But I'll put it to you this way. Yeah, some things you should know, whether you finish school or not. How about that? And I don't enjoy looking at him make comments like that about her. On the same token, I don't enjoy her making comments about him like that. I mean, a lot of people don't think DL is funny. He says some funny things. I used to watch his show. I used to listen to his show on the radio. And what made me like his show was that DL was very insightful. And I don't think a lot of people give him credit for that. She talked about her relationship with Kevin Hart and how Kevin Hart backdoored her on a deal that he had promised her. I don't like Kevin. I don't. He put you in a movie. That was a great thing. So, even though it was Soul Plane is a cult classic. I know that you continue to work after you say that Hollywood blackballed you. I guess you mean you didn't get those, crossover accolades that we all desire, I guess, especially black folks in entertainment, because that to me is why Jay-Z was so upset with the most accomplished singer in the world, Beyonce, not receiving the Album of the Year award. That means to me, and as I said in my video, you're not receiving the approval that you want from the Caucasian population. DL said that your Netflix special was trash. Probably was. Can't disagree with him there because, Sydney was all up in that deal. You got your deal. And he said it was trash. I didn't watch it. Just let me say that. Child, Bernie Mac would have to come up out of the ground in order for me to watch a special with anybody in stand-up comedy. I don't do it. I don't have the patience for it because I'm sitting there. I have too little patience for waiting for the punchline. And Monique is not funny to me. Not at all. I enjoy her more as a serious actor. Nobody wanted to work with her. I can understand Lee Daniels outside of Oprah. I'm going to get to her in Oprah just a second. I can understand Lee Daniels wanting her to do the press run. She wanted extra pay. She was doing everything else, but I can understand that because a lot, even whether you believe it or not, a lot of big actors are not paid to do promo. And it was a free trip to Cannes, girl. Just do it. To me, you bit your own self on the foot with that one. Shout out to my mama. And tow your drawers with the community. Shout out to my mama about tearing your drawers with folks. So, what I don't like about Monique in this whole situation is she act like she has zero culpability in what happened to her. She can put some of the blame on herself, and she can put some of the blame on that husband of hers, but she never will. She never will do that. Every interview I saw her in after she made those accusations against Oprah, Lee, and Tyler, she seemed highly, highly defensive. Did y'all see that interview she did on The View? It was freaking cringy. She even I can't say that word. I almost said it. She even, yeah, that word right there is now the new, one of those banned words that you can't say. Politically correct, okay? But, you know, I don't say words that, let me talk about myself. I don't say words to offend people at all, but you would think sometimes that some of the words they have come up with as offensive is that, you know, those words are not offensive. And it's going to come a time we're not going to be able to say anything. Now, I don't believe that we should be running around dropping M-bombs all over the place either because it's offensive to a whole group of people. I don't believe that you should be able to run around popping monkey bombs around for the people. When you call an individual a monkey, yeah, but when you just say the word monkey, child, that's neither here nor there. But the point is, I think that I don't think that Whoopi had the same vitriol towards her as Steve Harvey. See, Steve Harvey is on a different level on what she should be. And Steve Harvey, to me, appears to be a fella what this nice little book was named after. Cabin, and put a Tom in front of it. So, yeah, he seemed that to be that to me. So, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, in the book, this guy was actually a savior of some sort. I say that because he bootlicks, in my opinion. I don't think Monique intended to bootlick, but she could have done something. She could have been more respectful and more humble. And, you know, after her winning the Oscar, Sydney had pumped her head up so big and sweat her head up so big, she didn't even realize that she was, you know, biting her own foot. But also she talked about, she mentioned Tyler Perry, and she had Tyler Perry on a recorder saying that he apologized to her, but he kind of quickly walked back on the apology because of Oprah. Now, let me talk about her and Oprah. Oprah has a lot of power. We're not going to deny that. Oprah has a lot of power in Hollywood, and a lot of people behind the scenes don't like her. Let's say in front of the scene. Prior to now, I would say the 90s Oprah and the 2000 Oprah, I thought that she was quite generous, a nice person. And we can't deny that she has a whole boys and girls club in Mississippi that she built from the ground up. So for the Mississippians and her giving back to Mississippi, we can just say she did her thing on that one. I'm just saying. We're going to call a thing, ain't we? So she has done some good. And she has also done some good for people in Hollywood. But now we have this thing where at this point, Monique feels like she could tell Taraji, I told you so, right? So Taraji has come forward saying that, you know, what all happened to her on the set of The Color Purple, the musical. And Monique's thing is, had she banded together with her in the first place, they would be treating black actors and actresses with more respect. Hell no. No. I disagree. It is what it is. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's going to take some years, and more time before that's going to happen. Because it could have been very well a situation where she also could have been blackballed. It's getting ready to happen now, according to many voices in Hollywood. Because she spoke out about black actors and actresses' pay. I'm not saying that you shouldn't speak out. I'm saying that instead of, just like with Jay-Z and Beyonce, instead of seeking approval for you to have crossover success and begging for a seat at the table and begging to be paid more, let's put more money into black directors and black actors and actresses' hands, and black producers' hands, so they can give you the same accommodations that they give Caucasian people. Because, baby, when I tell you that if the Black Hamptons is a low-budget TV show, I can't tell. Carl Weber know how to soup it up because he's a story writer, honey. He's a storyteller. So, baby, over there on that Black Hampton, you cannot tell that it's not a whole lot of Caucasian influence over there. And my point is, you can soup things up and make things better for yourself and your own community. We watched the Parkers, right? It was the biggest black show in black homes, okay? I'm pretty sure Caucasian people did watch it, but it was the biggest black show in black homes. My point is to say, we can provide with the black dollar money for actors and actresses and producers and directors to get paid what they're supposed to get paid because we support. And in the beginning, I was very supportive of you, Monique, but you getting on my nerve. I can't even lie to you. You don't have a good thing to say about anybody or anything that's going on right now or anybody that's working with you, because for the simple fact that Taraji did come out when she did, you wanted her to come out when you wanted her to come out. Maybe she wasn't ready. You don't tell nobody what to do. Now you got this whole bold ass attitude. Well, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. Girl, bye. Okay? And then it's sweet baby this, my brother this, my brother that, you and your mouthpiece over there. You're gonna see. You're gonna see what we all see in Sydney. Now, I watched the In Her Alchemist reading on Sydney. She just reiterated what I was already thinking about him. Again, I'm a Scorpio, so we're very intuitive people. Baby, he gonna fix it up, put gel on it as we do our edges and tame them. He can put gold and glitter on it. But no matter what it is that he does, for me and my opinion, that's your problem. That's your problem right there. DL also added the fact that you don't have a relationship with your own children. That's your problem. And the sad thing is that so many people have told you that that's your problem, you don't even see it. And here's my final opinion on what's going down with Monique. Girl, it's this way in the Black community. And I'm going to tell you what happens. When you pander and cater to Caucasian people in entertainment, 9 times out of 10, you will be successful, right? Let's use Oprah and Whitney Houston as an example. Whitney was one thing, she was sold to America as another. When Oprah catered to more of the Black consumer, when she, or should I say the Black viewer, when she had her show did well, but what sent her into the stratosphere was that she started to cater to white housewives. When she did that, Black people began to call her sellout. She's not for Black people. She's sellout. Whitney Houston, same thing. When she started catering to more of the pop, do wop, 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 wop. Shout out to Tamar. She also became a sellout. What do we want as Black Americans who watch TV or out of our entertainment? We call Will Smith a sellout. A majority. Who's not selling out? That's the question that I always have. Monique, you not selling out? You know what? To me, you probably haven't, but you probably would have if you could have. You dragged Melissa McCarthy and you dragged Amy Schumer. Neither one of them are funny to me, but they have been in some movies that I thought was funny. Same thing with you. But the great thing about you is you can be cast in serious roles. You can do it all. You're almost a triple threat. But at the same time, all I can see is the problem being your husband. He negotiates your finances, but not in the best way for you. You won your lawsuit with Netflix. I don't think you should shut up. This is a free country. Do what you want to do. You think you heard Oprah? You'll never be able to touch Oprah. No matter how many things you say about her. No matter how I feel about her. No matter how you feel about her. Oprah's always going to be Oprah from this point going forward. And from the 90s going forward when she started catering to white housewives. That's going to always be Oprah. She made billions of dollars being Oprah. And then when her network provided entertainment for predominantly Black audiences, and she didn't feel like it was successful without the help of Tyler Perry. He did save it, but at the same time, she started pulling out on it. And when she pulled out on most of her deals with Tyler Perry even took his shows elsewhere. So now we're stuck with basically no scripted shows on network anymore. We had great shows like Haves and Have Nots. We had the Well, those shows ran, of course, in Greenleaf and things like that. But you know, we couldn't find any replacements. I enjoy reality TV, but I'm an all-around TV watcher. Most black people are not like me. It just is what it is. Same thing with me doing my recaps. I'm with Abbott Elementary, who is even though it's a predominantly black cast, it's still a crossover hit. Okay. I do everything from Abbott Elementary to reality TV to stuff in between. And you know what black people tell me when they watch my recaps? When I do stuff like Abbott Elementary and the Real Housewives of SLC, black folks don't want to see that. But my thing is, I'm not just trying to cater to black folks. I want everybody to watch my recaps. And most of the time, I do throw in Black history on whatever show that I'm recapping. Because I know what I know on that. And most of the time, I know that if I'm throwing in Black history, like I used to do on SLC all the time, if I'm throwing in Black history, then of course, you know, that's going to make the white viewer uncomfortable. For some reason, if we present our story, that's not a story that they want to hear us tell. It's sad. It really is. They want us to get over 400 years of mistreatment. That's why I'm saying to you, Monique, I can understand you not being over it. I can understand that you have the need to speak out about certain things. But baby, it's the same thing. It's like Groundhog Day. It's never anything different in my opinion. It might be a little trickling, tickle here and there added in, like with Taraji, but 90% of what you said on that damn interview with Shay Shay and him, I can't stand him. It was repetitive. I like the way you kind of reversed some of his questions back on him and made him seem like that he was, you know, what he was, or whatever it is. I think he is. That's neither here nor there. Jackass, asshole, whatever. Like the whole, you know, he don't date black women because he has black baby. That's a bullshit. He ain't studying no black woman. I don't care what he say. And I don't care how many black children he had. Terrell Owens had a bunch of black children too. Next, they do that. Michael Jordan, they do that. Some of them, you know, just go straight to Caucasian women. But some of them do not. Now, like I said, I don't think Monique is hurting for money. I think she's gotten her just desserts. And maybe she's trying to prove a point at this point. So that's strictly on her. I don't agree with everything she said. I don't agree with a lot of things she said. But again, free country. She should have her freedom of speech, and she should be able to say what she feels like she needs to say to make her point or to prove her point. I understand trying to prove a point, honey. That's me all day, every day. Moving right along. Let's get on Martell Hope from Love and Marriage Huntsville, formerly married to Melody Cherie Rogers. All right, let's get to Motel Hotel. Now, I've been saying from 6 ways to Sunday in all the ways that I could possibly say, I truly believe that Martell, in my opinion, Holt has lost it. This man, and I always do a little comical quip when I talk about Motel Hotel, you know, I call it Motel Hotel. Due to the fact that he cheated so many times on Miss Melody Rogers that it became for him for us as the audience to see him, he became a joke-like figure, if you will. But you know what is happening, or what he's being accused of, is no longer a joking matter. I am deeply, deeply disturbed by this. That Las Vegas trip. Let me talk about the Las Vegas trip on the show. When I literally saw Legs and Hips, Marshonda put his arms around Motel to restrain him from getting to Melody, I knew right then that there was potential for him to be violent. Like I said, we have to be so careful with our words on YouTube. When I started my YouTube channel, I was like really, really, really amazed at how creative we have to be when we say certain things on here. And then we're supposed to have the freedom of speech on here, right? But it's always restriction with the monetization. Even if you're threatening someone on here, yes, absolutely. But as grown adults, we should be able to cuss and use the R word instead of gape, or it's not like we are doing it ourselves. We were making commentary on it. So that's neither here nor there. Anyway, he's being accused of allegedly, I'm gonna have to do it again, abusing his kids. He believes in corporal punishment. Now, my mother didn't perform corporal punishment on us. Just maybe a swat on the behind, but whatever it was rare. And I try to do the same thing with my children, right? So I'm not gonna say that I have never provided a little smack on the thigh or hip or whatever, or a little, as my grandmother used to say, a church pinch, okay? That church pinch, baby, that let you know you was showing out at the church. So maybe I'll do a little church pinch here and there. But this right here is above and beyond. I've been saying a very long time that this man needs to go to therapy. He stopped going to therapy with Tank, and for some reason, Tank is his target. Now, I want y'all to understand this. It may be a situation where a lot of men, when they do corporal punishment, sometimes they get control of themselves and decide they don't want to hit their daughters. Sometimes, right? But Martell has morphed into a different person. He is morphed into a different person than what he was when this show first came on. And this is me talking as a former mental health professional, former social worker, okay? This is not me talking as just a fun commentator, because I do try to provide entertainment and make it fun when I do it. I did say in the last recap that I did, go check that one out, that Piping Hot Tea, where I put on there the lies, that's the title, when he interviewed with Tasha K. I saw a man, a broken man, a man so lost that he has lost himself. And when a man gets that way, they are dangerous, in my opinion. Okay? Now, to me, Tank is his target. And I'll tell you why. Now, allegedly, he struck Tank Andrew Blood. I hope that that's not true. But if it is true, then not only is that a sign of a beast, but it's a sign of frustration. This man is challenging his one son with melody. Let me repeat that. He is challenging his one son with melody, and let me explain. This goes to the Oedipus complex, because that son is still in Melody's orbit. Let me repeat, in case y'all didn't get it. I'm trying to throw in some psychological jargon for you. That son, that one son that he has with Melody, challenges his manhood. That son that he has with Melody is doing what we often do in the Black community, has become the man of the house. And he is literally jealous of that child, in my opinion. Go look it up in Psych. You can look that up in Psych 101. Oftentimes when these things happen, when a family is divided the way this family has been divided, and there's a male child left in the home, especially with him having other daughters with Melody, that child becomes a target and becomes that person that you have to compete with. He's looking at his own child in the back of his psyche as competition. Okay? These are the facts. Oh, I take that back. This is my opinion, factually. Shout out to myself, factually giving an opinion. You can, I know that's a contradiction, but what I'm saying is that's my observation as to why he's being so aggressive with that boy child. Melody still is able to provide the attention that he was once getting from her to her son. It's not on her behalf. It's not a competition on her behalf with her daughters, because a lot of times women don't have the elected complex. All of this, the Oedipus and the elected complex, mostly is coming from male energy. Okay? And then you have to compile on that him having a great relationship with his homosexual uncle. Motel has said repeatedly that he didn't want males babysitting his children. However, his uncles, who he deemed as straight, and himself, who he deemed as straight. And the reason why I'm saying deeming as straight is because it's some alleged activity out there that's going around on the YouTube streets that Motel is bisexual. His own baby mama said it. And shout out to In Her Alchemist TV. I always quote my source on this. In one of her readings, she stated that he does like anal play. And a lot of times, remember, if you go back and look at my review on Cam Newton, a lot of times when males like anal play, a lot of times, and me reading Elian Harris books. I know Elian Harris books were fictional, but I mean, they gave us great, if you were in that era of Elian Harris, then you know they gave us great insight on what to look for DL brothers, because it was so prevalent. So my understanding from baby mama number 2, trap mouth, gator mouth, slap on the knob like corn on the cob, Arian, is that he likes anal play. And remember, I did say that oftentimes when men are bisexual and they are repressing it, they have a tendency to be angry at people who are living out loud and proud. like Marcus. He is so terrified that his son will be effeminate because he hangs with them that he also is giving him that extra corporal attention. And I'm going to try to keep from saying ableist, right? So you have that. You have three main factors that's coming into play with Tank. Tank is being raised by a mother primarily. Tank is his main playmates growing up is three sisters, one being older than him. And then you have his connection to Melody that's still present. Being that Martell has practically gone outside of himself, and this is what I'm saying from him when I said he has a warped sense of self at this point. Being that he has gone outside of himself, he doesn't even see Tank as his son. He does. And this is where the problem comes in at. Melody did exactly what she was supposed to do. She did exactly what she was supposed to do, because everything that I'm saying to you from a psychological standpoint in that interview or in that Sun article, I'm telling to you from that standpoint versus a standpoint of a reporter. I definitely don't want that to be the situation or the case, but I guarantee once he get his psych evaluation completed and done, all of that's going to come out. And I'm not even sure that it's going to be safe for Tank to be, I know I'm concentrating on Tank. I know the article states all of the children, but Tank is the one that was receiving the worst end of things, and Tank is the one who he's accusing of now kind of being effeminate. Okay. I have to tell you a million times, and you may not ever believe me, but a child can be alone in the desert around no one. If he's gay, then that's what he'll be. If she's gay, that's what she'll be. It's about an attraction, who they're attracted to. You can't keep them off from being around people or certain people that live a certain lifestyle and think that's going to prevent them from being a certain way. You can have people raised around homosexuals all their life, heterosexuals their whole life, and they still end up being gay. And you can sit that family in the farthest frontier away from everybody else, Alaska, Antarctica, and I'm talking about places that people never visit. And they're just a family of four being raised by two parents. And if one of the children end up gay, that's what one of the children are going to be. Sorry. You can preach to them, read them from the Bible. You can do all of that. All that's going to do is make them repress it. That's it. But, yeah, in essence, I am glad that Melody has done what she's supposed to do. That's exactly what I would have done going forward. I don't know what to say. After he gets his psych evaluation and he's released, I don't know what to say about, what the relationship would be between him and Tank. But I would say this. I couldn't see, and I would hate that for Martell. But like I said, he's outside of himself. I couldn't see at this point where he couldn't have visitation with those kids without supervision. And those kids are young. And that'll be until they're grown. I'm sad to say that it is, because even with Marlene started out telling him he was just like his dad. The next thing you know, she's telling him, "You're a good boy. You's a good boy. Don't let nobody tell you ain't a good boy." Now, even Trap Mouth, Slop on the Knob like corn on the cob, side piece. Arian is singing what Melanie has been telling people all the time. He's very vindictive. Very, very vindictive. That's, in my opinion, a dangerous quality to have in a man. All right. And that's going to be that on Motel. Let's move right along to the Super Bowl. Let's get to some good news, okay? Congratulations to the Kansas City people who wear red. I try not to, like I said, I try to be politically correct when necessary. I don't care for these teams still using the logos and the name. So I'm just gonna say the guys from Kansas City, congratulations. This whole cultural appropriation thing for Native people is supposed to be done and over with. I mean, so many teams have changed their names or whatever, and we're still rocking with that with them. I don't like it. I'm just saying. Shout out to San Francisco. Shout out to San Francisco. San Francisco played a good game. Good, solid game. That defense held off Mahomes as long as they could, honey. They ran out of gas at the end. But when I saw them do the flip in overtime, I was like, no, don't take possession of the ball. That was my opinion. I don't know if I don't know if that would have changed the outcome or not, but I did not want him to take possession in overtime so Purdy could be throwing the ball initially. I wanted to put that pressure on Mahomes, because that mean that would have wore him out. Okay, in my opinion. And the defense would have had that little time to rest and wear them out early on in overtime. But like I said, great game. Shout out to the people from Kansas City. They did win. Let's talk about Kelsey. What in the hell was he shouting at his coach about? Can you stop a player on the field from committing a fumble as a coach? No. Maybe you can run a play and hope that doesn't happen, but as strong as San Francisco defense is, you didn't think that was going to happen at all? Y'all were in good position when you did that. Ridiculous. And you know doggone well. Now, we're going to bring out the race thing, ain't we? We just going to keep 100. Could a black player as big as him make that same move? I don't think so. Taylor Swift was at the game. She got on my nerve. How come every time he did something, they had to pan to her? It is foolishness. We get the point. They are together. Why you want paying to my home wife? That's the star. That's the real star. That's the one who brought the game out of overtime. That's the one that's building the legacy of Kansas City. That guy. Not that guy. He could be traded tomorrow. He's going to have popularity because of who he with. Oh, my goodness. And then the people on a majority, I'm just going to say majority Caucasian, talking about how boring the halftime show was. If you don't get the fuck out of here, with that bullshit. Just because you don't know good, solid R&B, that doesn't mean that it wasn't a good halftime show. All that grow what you know and all that stuff with Katy Perry, her halftime show was good to me too. But at the same time, this performance right here was up there with Prince and Michael Jackson, in my opinion. And I'm going to tell you, a majority of the African Americans who don't have skin in the game with those two teams that were playing love Usher. Don't be talking about our icons now. Don't be talking about them. Because he got more talent in the very damn tip of his pinky finger than your top celebrities. Did you see that mess that got up there, Justin Timberlake? When he came back on the scene, he was dressed like a couch. Was that him or was that Adam Levine? Either way. You didn't have anything to say about that. The fact that he want to apologize to James when he the one who begged her to be a part of the show. I think that was his show then too. Or was it her show? And she invited him as a guest. Either way, he still hasn't apologized to Janet Jackson. Little weak nigga. I said all this to say because he, you know how they do. Culture appropriate just to get popular. And even though he culturally appropriated black music, he still ended up being in the pop categories. Still won't put Beyonce in those. So when Beyonce makes her country album, are you going to give her best country album or K. Michelle? I've told you about the history of music in America. Blues is the origin of every genre of music in this country. Blues started right here in the SIP. Okay? The only reason why it's up there in Chicago because so many people fled to Chicago from Mississippi. Because they talk about the Chicago blues. No, it's Mississippi blues. And then you have spirituals too, but, you know, from spirituals derived blues. But as far as secular music goes, all came and was birthed by the blues. Who you think was doing the blues? Huh? Somebody? Nobody? Yeah, Africans. Stolen ones. So out of that came bluegrass, I believe. Then country. So what's the problem with Beyonce doing a country album again or K. Michelle? Bravo. And black people who have a problem with it, we're going to have to get to the point we understand that all music came from the blues. All secular music was birthed from the blues. Okay? Got it? Good. I hope so. So, girl, if you're going to tap into everything, girl. Let's see what they're going to put you once you start putting out that country album. Let's see if they're going to put you in the R&B category then. Because, of course, like I said, of course she's going to smoke people in the R&B categories because she's not really R&B and she's crossed over. See how they treated Usher, right? Even though Usher has some crossover success, but you see how they treated him. They treated him as if he wasn't pop enough. Keep it real. And in most cases, pop means white. Okay? That's why people have such a problem with Michael Jackson calling himself the king of pop. Which, who else? Who else? I'll wait. Still, to this very day, They call Michael Jackson to the self-proclaimed king of pop. We don't call Elvis the self-proclaimed king of rock and roll when we know he stole every song he ever sung. Right? You don't put that in front of his name. Don't disrespect our icons like that. And the same goes for Usher. Usher provided everybody that was in those stands with an awesome show. Everybody. I have no complaints, but let me give a shout out and put the comedy in there because you know he almost fell on those skates. That's just something I observed. Did anybody else see that? He recovered quickly. Let's talk about our good sis, Alicia Keys. Now, I've been saying all the time now, I was uncomfortable when she sung at Whitney's funeral. But I thought she had got them vocal cords together. But baby, Ursula is still tap dancing on her toes. No, I'm the one who made that tweet about Ursula's done went around there and pulled the Little Mermaid on our good sis. Oh boy. And I said that Swiss Beats ex-wife the one sent her around there. Because at one time Swiss Beats wife was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Allegedly, and she told her version of events. And a lot of the reason why so many black women were disappointed in Alicia Keys, because Alicia Keys came up in that neo-soul era. And she was popping this about black woman empowerment. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with popping it about black woman's empowerment, but, you know, you start having an overlap with that lady husband. Yeah, so still like Alicia. Don't get me wrong. And baby, she looked fly in that dress. And if you know anything about my boo, that's my song. My oh, my oh, my oh. That's my it. But at the same time, we ain't gonna deny that Alicia was cracking up there like the streets of Jackson, Mississippi. Baby, if you know, then you know. And let me give a beautiful shout out to my school, Jackson State University, the Jackson State University, the Sonic Boom of the South, who rocked the motherfucking house. Okay? That's my band. That's my band from my school. The best band in the land. Don't get it twisted. I've been giving shouts out to the Green Machine too, from down there in Mississippi Valley State. They've been doing their thing too. Shout out to the Mississippi bands, HBCU bands that's on the national platforms. Okay. Hello. Come on. Girl, come on. Get yourself together. You're doing a video. But baby, when I tell you, and I saw those drums booming up there with that good Usher, and that good Usher was doing his thing, baby, your girl jumped up out her seat. I knew they were going to perform, but baby, to see us on that national platform like that, and when I say us, I can't do that because that is my school. I went to Jackson State for 6 years, graduated. Let me say, went there for 4, graduated, and went there to receive my master's as well. Shout out to Jackson State. Shout out to the Sonic Boom. And like I said, they rocked the house. And if you know anything about the Sonic Boom, when we end our halftime show, that's what we do. We rock the house, don't we? Dun, 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 dun. J.S.U. rocks the house. My bad. Okay. Shout out again to the Sonic Boom of the South. And Alicia Keys, I still love you, girl. I still love you, girl, even though Ursula was tap dancing on your tonsils. Now, let's get to Jermaine Dupri. That little Easter suit he had on, baby. And the socks. He was getting prepared for his first Easter speech. He was not preparing himself for that halftime show. Did y'all see that outfit? We represent the lollipop kill. The lollipop kill. The lollipop kill. I can say so. I can say so many things about that little show set. Jermaine. Who told you? Who in the hell told you for such a momentous occasion to put on your Easter suit? Now, why you had to get up on that stage in front of all those people in that Easter suit? Billions of people around the world saw you in your Easter frock. Why you do that? And you the talk of the town. And the city, the state, the international people, everybody in the world saw you in that damn Easter suit. Don't do that no more. Don't you do that no more. One more time. Did you go to Munchkin Land? Where you represent? I can't help it. I can't. Where you represent the lollipop? Okay, that's enough of that. I enjoyed the Super Bowl, even though I had the most horrendous experience getting my pizza from Pizza Hut last night. Okay? I went up there. First of all, I ordered my pizza online. So that was for me to avoid the lines. Now, mind you, I already had a 14-minute wait for my online pizza. I did just that. Patiently waited my 40 minutes. Then, when I get there, they lost my pizza. Then they told me to sit out in my car and they will bring it to me. They were going to make another. So I patiently waited for 37 minutes. Missed the pregame show. Patiently waited for 37 minutes. I went back in there and I told them, give me my doggone money back. And they should be ashamed of themselves. And I pointed right at the dude who told me, yeah, I showed my black ass up in there. Told me that I was going to have to wait on my pizza, but did not tell me I was going to have to wait an additional 45 minutes. Bad business. Bad business, Pizza Hut. Bad business. And with that, as I do when I get ready to close, I am going to close. Remember, this is the same OG reality with Diva D. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces, let it burn. You steam in your heart, I want to. Give me a bad girl. I need a bad girl. Oh, what y'all know about a superwoman? Oh, is she bad? Is she bad? I need a bad girl. And the bad girl was her. I forgot. How did I forget to mention her on that guitar? OMG. Woo, baby. I was excited about Jackson State, but I did not know that was coming. I didn't know that was coming. That girl did her thing. She did the thing. This. Shout out to her. Awesome job by her on that guitar. And baby, when I tell you that's exact, people like her is why people like the artist her. It's why I put my baby on that guitar. And she wants to be like Prince. I said, yes, you can be like Prince, but you can also be like a black female entertainer on that guitar, sweethearts. Yes, ma'am. My daughter is learning guitar, and I hope she has half the amount of talent as that young lady. Shout out to her again, and shout out to my guy Usher. He did the thing, and shout out to the Kansas City people. And with that part, I'm going to close. I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell button, and I am out.